Hey there, Periscope. We gotta talk. We really gotta talk, Periscope. Hey, Million, how are you? Hi, Quiet Storm. Y'all are rolling in. Yes, we gotta talk, y'all. We really gotta talk. We really gotta talk. This is like a chill scope. I'm still teaching y'all, but it involves business. It involves business. It's always going to involve business. But do you really know what you want? Do you really? Hello, Jerry. How are you? Right? Do you really know what you want? Thank you guys for inviting your followers. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for retweeting. I appreciate you. Hi. Do you really know what? Thank you. I'm feeling the love, Jerry. I'm feeling the love. Right? I am not at home right now. I'm actually visiting my cousin, my big cousin. Yay. So I'm all up in her couch today. I'm all up in her couch today, but needless to say, do you really? Do you really? That is what you want to meet Beyonce. Listen, okay? Do you really know what you want? And so even for you guys who are watching the replay, you might want to stick around because we're going to talk. Right? Hi. Hey, cousin. She's not here right now. She's not here right now, but I invaded her house. So yes, you have to listen to that sound deep within. Welcome back, Million. We got to talk about it, guys. We got to talk about it. So let's talk about it, okay? So here's where it all stemmed from. Okay, here's where this particular conversation stemmed from. One, it stems from business, right? I'll catch you when you're discussing that, right? Right? So, it stemmed from me talking to one of my friends earlier, okay? She was actually, she's actually going through a breakup, right? She's actually going through a breakup. And yeah, she's going through a breakup. And so I was calling to just check on her, right? She just came in my head and I was calling to check on her. And you'll see how this all comes around to business again. And I just recently went through, some months ago, maybe about 6 or 8 months ago or something like that. I can't do the math right now, but I went through a breakup myself. So we have that vibe going on right now, right? Where she kind of understands where I'm coming from. I understand where she's coming from. And one of the things that I said to her, because she was backtracking on what she was telling me some months ago, okay? She was backtracking on what she was telling me some months ago about, how she wants more purpose and she doesn't feel like she deserves that. And, how she felt as they were breaking up and et cetera, et cetera. These are the things that she was feeling. And she was very adamant on not going through that again, right? Which is why she initiated the breakup in the first place, right? So clearly as her friend, I'm supporting her through that, right? Whatever her decision is, I'm supporting her through that. Now, I'm not here to see her go off the deep end, right? Or backtrack herself into more hurt. So clearly I want to protect her from that. And one of the things that I said to her was, I said, what is it that you really want? Right? Because she was backtracking herself into, hey, Bamboo Coconut, how are you? Right? She was backtracking herself into being with him. When in the initial phase, right, she said, I don't want to be in a relationship like this. I need to feel more special than what I'm currently getting. These are the things that are bothering me. I don't want that. And this is the second time that they have, hey, Ronan, right? This is the second time that they have tried this relationship, right? This is the second time that they have tried this relationship, which I'm here for. If you feel that, hey, right, if you feel that this is a type of relationship that you want and you're willing to try it again, then I'm all here for figuring it out, trying it out. Because sometimes, sometimes you do have to work on something again in order for it to work, right? And so, yes, exactly, it's not healthy. And so I had to remind her, right? Because one thing I'm also clear on is sometimes the path to your happiness doesn't look predictable. And so whatever, whatever God, is making purposeful in your life, sometimes it doesn't look like it's a straight road, right? Sometimes God has to take you on some paths that don't really look familiar to the natural eye. And I get that. So I'm not here to be in the way of someone's greatness happening before them, right? But one of the things that I said to her is, if you feel it, because she's naturally missing him, right? When you've spent your life, right? And I'm going somewhere with this, so stick with me here, right? So once you've been with someone for some years, right? And you've really been attached to this person because they were together for some years, right? So clearly there is, yes, separation anxiety. Exactly. So me as a friend, if you're naturally feeling things, I'm not here to clown you for that because I get that it's a part of the natural process. Does that make sense? Some friends, not so much. They're like, girl, and do all that. I'm not that friend, right? Because I get that it happens. But what I won't see you do is create your own demise because of it. What I won't see you do is create your demise because of it, right? Because you're saying, I don't want this and I'm ending it and I want better. But then naturally you are going to start missing that person. But I told her, you have to remind yourself about the bad times too. Not for the sake of being a pessimist, but for the sake of being honest with yourself about what you said you wanted. About what you said you wanted, right? About what you said you wanted. Because at the end of the day, he got what he wanted. He wants to floss with his friends and pretend like he's living this high life. There's nothing wrong with wanting to live the high life. I am here for it. But at the same time, do not ditch the things that are real in your life right now. Don't ditch the things that are going to matter in the end right now, which is what he did with her, right? And he put her second. And put his want to floss and up in photos and all that kind of stuff with his friends first. But yet said, yeah, and he's my homie. I love him. But dude, you messed up with that. Exactly. Trying to live like some video or movie. Oh, look at my Gucci shoes. Oh, look at my fur coat. Oh, look at all this stuff. Listen, there is nothing wrong with wanting that. If you want to live the riches of this land, live the riches of this land. But don't do it at the expense of people who love you. And don't do it at the expense of people who care about you. And don't do it at the expense of people who are willing to be there for you and stick things out with you. Because that is who she is. She is a person who will ride through that with you. But there is an essence about her where it's not going to cost her future. It should not cost you your future. And so I said to her, right, and try to act like, exactly, don't do that, right? And so needless to say, that's one of the main reasons why the relationship ended, why she ended the relationship, right? Because she said to herself, I want this type of life and you're not giving it to me. I want this type of relationship and you're not being that person for me. So I got to go. Right on, girl, go for it, right? And so with that, right, okay, now she's backtracking. And so I had to remind her about what she said she wanted for her life. I had to remind her. And she said, you know what, Dom, that is so true. I said, it is true. And it's not true because I said it. It's true because you said it. I'm just reminding you what you said about what you wanted. And there's nothing wrong with missing this person when you value someone you want to give value to. Exactly. And so there's nothing wrong with missing this person because you spent, Kendra Lamar has a song and the chorus is be humble. Exactly. Some people need to, yes, exactly. Right. And I said to her, listen, what is a poison to me may not be a poison to you. What I may put up with, you may not put up with. Right? But if whatever you will not put up with, you need to remind yourself about what you say you do not want so that you can have what you truly want. And not only that you want, but that you deserve. Right? And so she was listening to me and I went in for maybe about a half an hour to an hour, but she said, thank you for that because I needed to hear that. And I said, that's what I'm here for. Right? And so how it actually came like full circle, right? How it actually came full circle for even myself, right? Is because I started to put two and two together. Me for president. Yeah, go me. Right. But how I started to put two and two together is because I see the same thing. I sure did. Right. I see the same thing with people who want to become clients within even my company. Right. Boy, bye. It's too early for that anyway. So I see the same thing with people who want to be a client of my company, right? I have consultations all the time. I had a few last week and I actually pooped from last week. That's why I'm kind of like just chilling right now. I'm tired. Right? Yes, the backtracking. The backtracking is real. And I have to remind people what they said they wanted. I get it all the time. You know, the flashy people, right? Oh, yes, I want to have this type of website and we want to do this. These are real conversations that I've had, right? Real conversations that I've had. And they want this and they want that. That's good. Energize the business has to reach out. Yes, I do. Never forget what you really want and what you deserve. Exactly. Right. And I'm here for what you want. Right. I'm here for what you want. And I'm here to hold you accountable for what you want. But I can't do it without you. I can't do it without you. My team, we're always going to show up to execute what you want. But you also have to be firm in what you say you want. And the fact that it's going to be scary never goes away. But that's why I'm here. Right? The fact that it's scary never goes away, but that is why I'm here. To help you through that process, to walk you through that process. But I can't do it if you're not even willing to invest in the same vision that you said you wanted. Not me. I'm building my vision. I'm executing my vision. But what do you say you want? I have to remind people sometimes because they'll come, right? They'll come and they'll have this conversation saying, yeah, I am like their Mighty Mouse, right? They'll come and they say, oh, I want this. And, can this happen? And, can I see resumes? And can I see what you're showcasing? And I'll point them to our showcase on our website, right? It's not a problem for us to show up. So whatever you're asking from me, I can give to you. But now I'm asking you to invest in what you said you wanted, and now I hear crickets. And it's going to be grand, and it's going to be great. I believe you. I believe in you, right? I believe that. But now when I tell you your vision is going to cost you X, now what? Crickets. Backtracking, like you said, Ronan, earlier, right? The backtracking. They're trying to say, exactly. Right? I'm here for it. I'm excited when you told me about it. I can already start designing it in my head. I already know my team is going to kill this. But are you ready? And so even as I was talking to her, I said, this is so interesting that, yes, it happens in our personal lives, but it also happens in business too. Do you really know what you're asking for? Do you really, hey, how are you? Right? Do you really know what you want? Are you ready for what you are truly asking for? Because you can easily show off, but the proof is in the pudding. Hi, love. How are you? Right? You can easily show off, but the proof is in the pudding. Right? So are you ready for what you are asking for? If you know that you want to be a millionaire, a billionaire, or whatever, are you ready for what you are truly asking for? Because it's really easy. Hear me now. It's really easy to have $1 million dream, but it's not easy to live and be that millionaire. It's going to cause you to grow. It's going to cause you to stretch. It is going to cause you to invest more than you ever had in your favorite Jordans. It is going to cause you to have conversations that you're scared of having. It is my cousin. I forgot that you're here. I'm like, who's that? Right? It is going to cause you to do things that it's going to blow your mind. No, I forgot my makeup. I know, right? I left my makeup at my house. I was like, oh, I'm not going to need it. I'll be back. Lie as you tell. I'm still here, y'all. Yes, make it plain. That's right. Make it plain. And if you're not ready for it, stop asking for it. Stop it. Just leave it alone. Put it on the shelf. Just pick it back up when you're ready, because it takes work. It takes work. And so it's easy to talk that stuff, right? So my friend, she was talking that stuff, right? Which she meant it, right? Oh, I'm going to be a millionaire. Which you meant it. I'm not taking away the fact that you meant it, right? If you mean it, go for it. If you really envision yourself doing it, do it. I'm actually one of those people where I'm actually here for it. But when it comes to you stepping up a little bit higher, you backtrack, you buckle, you hide under your covers, but then you get up the next minute and then you say, no, but I really am a millionaire. Really? Because so-and-so asked you to invest XYZ dollars and you hid, you ran, you said no, or you went a cheaper route and then got a result that you didn't want, but you said, you know what, this is what I got to do with right now. Says no millionaire ever. No millionaire ever says, and I'm saying millionaire because that's everyone's dream, right? Everyone wants to be a millionaire. Everybody. And a billionaire. Bill. Right? But then when it comes to doing billionaire things, when it comes to having $1 million conversations, you're nowhere to be found. Or you're in the back of the room. Or you're sitting in the back of the class. You're the quietest person in the room. Huh? You playing. Stop playing. And stop playing because you're wasting that person's time. Whoever you're trying to convince how great you are, whoever you're trying to convince how educated you are, you're wasting that person's time now too. Hey, Brandon, right? You're wasting their time too. Stop it. Hey, George. Hey, guys, right? And so as I was having this conversation with my friend about her breakup, I had to remind her about what she said she wanted for her life. Because backtracking is natural, but it doesn't mean that you need to succumb to it. Investing in yourself should be something that you aim for, not backtrack from, but aim for and do. Because of what you said you wanted for your life. And so she had no choice but to tell me, Dom, thank you for that, because I needed to hear that. I needed to be reminded about what I said I actually wanted. Thank you. Because it makes no sense to try a relationship again only to get the same result that you got that made you end it in the first place. Same thing in business. It makes no sense to go down a road that you already went down and you're not happy with the result, as opposed to trying something new, going further, better, higher, and even in better quality. Makes no sense. It's easy to flash and show off. Thank you guys for the hearts, right? It's easy to show off and say, oh, I'm this kind of person, I'm that kind of a person, oh, and I'm about that life, and whatever, however you want to phrase it. But then when it comes down to investing in what you just showed off about, you're nowhere to be found, or all of a sudden there's crickets. Now all of a sudden you got 10,000 excuses as to why not. When initially you came on this consultation or you came on this call flashing about what you want. And so now I'm telling you, wonderful. I'm excited for what you want. Now what you want is going to actually cost you X, Y, and Z dollars. Oh, well, I get the O's. Get the O's a lot. Oh, really? Oh, okay. They don't want it that bad, George. They don't want it that bad. Because it's more, and I'm just using websites because clearly that's what I do. That's what my team does, right? They weren't expecting. Yes, exactly. Right? And here's the thing. It's not even like, SpaghettiOs, right? For free, right? Or they want it for $500. $2,000, right? $1,000. But yet the dream that you're telling me you want, the vision that you say that you want, I already know it's going to cost you more than what it is going with the payment plan. But yet I'm a millionaire. I'm going to be a millionaire. God said I'm going to be a millionaire. Hey, Miles Cafe blog. God said. I love the Lord too. And if he said you're going to be a millionaire, he already knows what it's going to take for you to become that millionaire that he said you're going to be. But the thing about it is, God can't do it without you. Ain't that something? Hey, love. Hi, how are you? God can't do it without you. Guys, this is good. It is real. So when I put the question, yes, faith without works is absolutely dead. And so then sometimes I'll see them. They'll go off and they'll get the cheaper version done for what they want. And then they're working harder. I heard a pastor say God told him that he needed a private jet. Don't mean it's going to happen. Listen, here's the thing about that. I'm glad that you actually brought that up. Here's the thing about that people don't often get. There is a superficial, I'm going off on a tangent, but I'm coming right back. There is a superficial want when it comes to wanting the private jet and the high life, right? It feels good. Can we not deny that? It feels good, right? But the reality is, when you are called to that higher position, this is real talk. This is the millionaire business side that people don't talk about, okay? Because I get it, right? Clearly, I don't have a private jet, but I do get it. When you are called to that high of a position where you're needed, not just in different cities, but you're needed in different countries, and there's only but 24 hours in a day, but you still have to fulfill that obligation. Sitting there because American Airlines decided that they wanted to overbook their flight. So now you got to give up your seat and they are forcing you to get on another flight, or because the pilot, decided that he wasn't gonna, answer his, alarm clock, done made the flight late, but you have to be somewhere at 8 a.m. on the dot, or you will be shamed in front of millions or thousands or hundreds. Being on regular commercial flights is not going to cut it. People are hurting, not just in our backyards, but all around the world. And if someone has been gifted or anointed, this is real talk, right? Or the possibility of getting dragged. Exactly. Ain't nobody got time for that. Why am I being dragged off this flight and I'm trying to go bless people? That don't work. Right? Or why do I even have to witness somebody being dragged off a flight when I got somewhere to go? I got people to heal, people to bless, and doing all of these things. Ain't nobody got time for that. So yes, in certain cases, they're aiming for a private jet because they know the call that is on their lives and they cannot do it commercially. I don't care how many first class seats you buy, they cannot do it commercially. Right? They can't do it commercially. And so there is a need to have a private jet. But in order to get there, there are certain things you have to get to, right? But if they are being brought around the world because of the investment of people's dollars, that is the worldly aspect of it. Spiritually, when you sow, it's a different story. But the worldly aspect of it, they need that money so that they can go and get to the people who need to hear that word. We might take it for granted because we hear it all the time, but there are people who are literally starving for that word and they need to hear it. How can they get to them in a timely fashion for what they were scheduled for if they gotta sit there and watch somebody being dragged off the plane? Ain't nobody got time for that. So I get it. And what made me understand it, this is why I had to go off on a tangent on it, because I hear it all the time. But, which is once again, millionaire talk, right? Millionaire talk, billionaire talk. Billionaires don't have time for commercial all the time. Sometimes they have to be at a meeting in the next 2 hours, or else that deal is not going to happen. Or else that deal is going to fall through. They have to jump on that private jet. They have to get there ASAP. James, X, Y, and Z is giving us a hard time in this meeting. You got to drop whatever you're doing right now. You have to get here now. You think he has time to go on Travelocity.com and book a ticket and no, right? They have, hi, love. Thank you for inviting your files. I really appreciate that. It is the truth. That is real talk. So it's not a matter of, oh, they just want a private jet for the high life. No, you would want your jet for the high life. They need the jet because they have somewhere to get to internationally or from city to city, and their calling is greater from where they are right now. Real talk. Honest talk. Now, for those that do say that, I get it that there's people out there who do that and they want it for just to show off, or, they feel like they've made it when they've gotten that. I'm not talking about them, but I'm talking to the real men of God or the real pastors out there who know I can't make that much of an impact writing commercial all the time. I need a private jet so I can get where I need to get this word to people who need it. Do you really know what you're asking for? Are you ready for what you're asking for? That's real talk, right? So once again, certain conversations we have to change our minds, right? If greatness is what we want, we have to change our minds to certain conversations. You have to understand the bottom root of it. And in order for you to understand the bottom root of it, you have to change the conversations and the lifestyles that you're having. That's the only way I'm able to receive that, is because I get it. I get why you want that private jet. I get why you want it. Because not only that I get why you want it, but I see the fruit of the labor that you're already giving. Woo! I see the fruit of the labor that you're already giving, not only in other people's lives, but also in my life too. So I know why you want that, because it's needed. People are calling to have you in Africa, in Asia, in Europe, in London, and all that kind of stuff. And they want you like tomorrow. Right? But you be there tomorrow, but you also have an obligation back at home. You need to get back home. You have a home church. You have a home organization. You have a home business, and you have to get back because you got business to handle back at home too. But you're called abroad. But you're called to another city. Kevin Hart gave me confirmation on this. Yes, Kevin Hart, the Hart, right? Right? Kevin Hart gave me confirmation on this, right? I forgot what the conversation, I think it was, he was doing a live stream, or he was like on Instagram Live or something like that in the case of that matter. And he was breaking down to everyone, I guess you could say us, right? Everyone who was on the call. Thank you for the hearts. He was breaking down to everyone why him having that private jet was so necessary. Yes, exactly. Leave Kevin alone. Even though I'm kind of still mad at him for cheating, but still leave him alone. Anyway, right? So he was breaking down the mere fact that having the jet was not just, oh yeah, look how flashy I am, right? Which is part of that, right? He can't deny that, right? But it also is because with him planning a tour that is being funded by him, he has to be in, especially with, I think it was when he was launching his book. He was launching his book. And he was launching his book, and he had to be in different cities at different times, plus running his comedy tour, right? His comedy tour or whatever. Yeah, exactly. It's a time expander. And still he has a family. So he was like, he had to be in Chicago for like 1 o'clock. I'm making up these times because clearly I don't know his schedule, right? But you get the point. He had to be in Chicago at 1 o'clock, but his daughter had a recital he had to do for a book signing or a speaking engagement or whatever. Most likely, I think it was a book signing because he was doing his tour. So he has to be in Barnes and Nobles in Chicago by 1 o'clock to do his book signing tour. But his daughter had a play, and he has to be there for his daughter's play by 3 o'clock. So as soon as he's done with that book signing, and it's only about a short amount of time, he cannot sit there and wait for American Airlines to pull in the flight so that he can go and see his daughter, and he can't be wrapped up on their time schedule so that he can miss his daughter's recital because his daughter means a lot to him. Hey, Jason, right? His daughter means everything to him. So, yes, having the jet is flashy, but it helps him to meet the need for where he is in his life in that given moment. $1 million conversations. $1 billion conversations. Are you ready for what you are asking for? Are you ready for what you are asking for? Because there's plenty of people, right, who say that, my goal is to be the best dad, or my goal is to be the best mom in the world. And plus the side chick was only going to be in Miami for a day. So what's a man to do? Right? I know you're kidding, Ronan. I know. Thank you for inviting your followers, right? Right? So are you ready for what you're asking for? There's plenty of people who say, I want to be the best dad. I want to be the best mom in the world. But are you willing to leave that engagement, cut it short, so you can be back there for your baby girl's recital? So you can be back there for your son's baseball game? Are you willing to invest in a private jet? Because private jets cost thousands of dollars. That is not an easy want to own. Or what? I can't make it back because, United Airlines said that the flight is canceled. So, baby girl, I'm going to have to miss your recital. But yet you said you wanted to be the best dad in the world. You wanted to be the best mom in the world. Are you ready for what you say you want? Are you ready? Ronan is a mess. But are you ready for what you say you want? Are you ready? Are you ready for that? That's like when you really got to sit back and be like, I got to be real with myself. Am I ready for that right now? And if I'm not ready for that right now, I'm loving this throw. My cousin is everything. You see all this fur? But yes, are you ready for what you are asking for? You want to be a millionaire, but when 10 o'clock comes, you tired, you going to bed. But you know you got all this stuff to do. You have all of this. Hello, Andrea. You have all of this stuff to do to execute what you said you wanted to have done. But yet 10 o'clock comes around and you're ready for bed. Hair wrapped, got your night cream on, pajamas, ready for bed. Hello from Germany. Welcome to my scope, right? Welcome to my scope. Welcome, guys, right? Are you ready for what you are asking for? Right? So like I said, I was having this conversation with my friend earlier. She's going through a breakup, as I did recently, right? Or person wants that 6-pack, but it's going to take more than 5. Exactly, right? Do you really want it? If it's not what you want, stop trying to convince everybody of that. Because at the end of the day, you can convince people that you want it, but at the end of the day, have you shown the fruit of the labor that you're putting in for what you said you want? God said, I'm a millionaire. Wonderful. And I am here for it. Thank you, Lord, for making her a millionaire. Thank you, God, for making her a millionaire. But are you ready to actually step up to what he called for you to be? Are you ready to even sacrifice for what he called you to be? Hey, Tracy. Right? Are you ready for what he called you to be? I get the millionaire dreams all the time, and I am here to support the millionaire dreams, right? I am going, she's like, go off. Yes, everyone wants to get heaven, but no one wants to die. Yes, exactly. It is always going to be left up to you. Hello, Dr. Yolanda. How are you? It is always going to be left up to you to actually put in the work for what you want. It is going to cause sleepless nights sometimes, right? Hello. It is going to cause you to invest your all sometimes. It is going to call you to sometimes, not all the time, but invest your last dollar. How many times have you heard people with their success stories say, you know what? I gave my last to make this happen. And look at where it is today. I am thankful that I did that in that moment, because I don't think I would have gotten here without doing it. You hear their sacrifices. Where's yours? People want prosperous fruit, but aren't willing to plow the land. That's right. That's right. So as I had to remind my friend about what she said she wanted in her life, as she was backtracking, right, on what she said she wanted. This is not what I said that she wanted, but what she told me she wanted. All I was doing was holding her accountable to what she said, right? Because she was backtracking. She was thinking, oh, well, you know, maybe it wasn't that bad and I'll go back to him and I wanted to have a conversation. He showed you what he wanted and he got what he wanted. But now he's realizing that what he wanted is really not fulfilling to him. Let him learn that lesson on his own. You do not go back because you did it twice. You want a third time to come around? Sis, you want a third time to come around to remind you why this was a bad decision in the first place? Do you want a third? Come on now. Now she's like, nah, boo-boo, no jumping around. That's right. I had to hold her accountable to what she said she wanted in her life. Because yes, right? All the hands, right? Because I had to do that. I said, I can't tell you this if I didn't do it. Yes, soul ties, but clear thing. Exactly, right? I can't tell you this if I didn't do it. I went through a breakup recently. I had to do what I'm telling you to do, sis. Yes, logic goes out the door, right? And so I said to her, I will never make you feel bad for even feeling this way because it's natural. You're naturally going to miss this person. You spent months and years with this person. You're naturally going to feel that way. I get it, but you got to fight the funk, sis. Fight the funk, because it's not the first time and it's not the second time that you've gone back. And y'all said y'all gonna make it work and all this kind of stuff. And in the end, he showed you selfishness. How can I make, I don't know your question, if that is a real question, but I don't know your question. So I had to remind her what it is that you want. Sis, this is what you said you want, and I honestly believe that you deserve that. You want better, you want greater, and I believe that you can get that. By not only by my might, but even just with my faith, I believe you can get that. So what you're telling me today is opposite of what you said you wanted. Now, like I said before earlier in the scope, I am not here to get in the way of God's progress in someone's life. I'm not here for it. I'm not here to be like, well, I said, because I'm so great, so therefore what I said is what you should do. No, because who's to say that this is the relationship that she's supposed to be in? I don't know, God. God, I know you work in mysterious ways, honey. Hey, man of worship, I know you work in mysterious ways, child. So Jesus, if this is what you have for her life, let it be so. But all I'm just saying is just from my 2 cents based on what you said to me, sis, this don't sound like it. Okay? Yeah, he beat you once, he gonna beat you again. That's right. Do you have someone? Do I have someone to love me? Jesus, bye. Right? So it matters. And so the same way that I had to remind her about what she wanted in her life, what she said she felt that she deserves in her life, what she said that she feels that God wants her to have in her life. She said, ha, yes, girl. Okay. What she said she wanted in her life, I have to remind my clients about the same thing. In business, the same thing. Even in people who are around me, the same thing. You said you want this $1 million business, but yet you are investing at a $5 level. If your toes hurt, just say ouch. You want this multi-million-dollar business, but you're still investing in $5. He take a private jet to go see a groupie. He going to take a private jet to do it again. That's right. Okay. Leave him, sis. Crickets. Investment. Yes. It takes you to do something that is going to be hard. It takes you to do something where you are going to have to invest in yourself. She said, call me out, child. I love you. Right? It's going to cost you. It is going to cost you. People don't charge thousands of dollars for things just because. They cost you thousands of dollars because it's going to cost them a lot of time. It's going to cost them a lot of resources. It's going to cost them a lot of their life. She said, tuck your toes. Right. It is going to cost them a lot. And so if they are going to show up in full force, right, as the expert that you said that they are, right, laws of equivalent, exactly, liability and assets, which are they? Yep. People, places, things. Exactly. Right? If they are going to invest their time, steel toe boots, protect your toes, people. Right? You can't expect anyone to invest in you if you don't. Exactly. Are you ready to suffer for the end result? Exactly. Anytime that right? Because like I said to my friend, I said, I can't tell you what I didn't do. And even if I tell you what I didn't do, I know it's for your good. So do it. right? The same thing in business, right? Even when times where I had to invest, guys, I had to invest thousands of dollars in me. College, trainings, strategy sessions, I had to do it, right? Because I know where I was trying to go. I know where I wanted to take my company. I know the vision that I have for Dynamic Endeavors. So in my early years, I like that people want to go to heaven, but yeah, that was good, right? That was good. I know the vision that I have for my company, Dynamic Endeavors. And so I couldn't get that. I know I couldn't get that with a $500 coach. I know I couldn't. I know I couldn't get that with a $500 program. I know I couldn't get that with just some willy-nilly old thing, this $28 product, okay? With a K. Dynamic is always spelled with a K when it comes to Dominique. That's right, Brandon. Right? I knew I couldn't do that because I know my vision. I know what I said I wanted. I know the life. All right now, Tracy. I know what I said I deserve. I know what I said. I know that life. I know it like the back of my hand, that life. That's how I can break down private jets in this life. Even before I have it, I know that. That's right. Do not settle. Y'all can't settle. Settling is for chumps. And if you are a chump, be a chump. Be the best chump you could be. Because ain't nobody got time. You know, if you're from the National Society of Heart Pumpers, increase me. Okay? Increase me. Right? But I know that vision. That's why I can't have certain conversations, because I know my vision. I know what this mind is all about. That's right. I'm going to get my son. That's right. Okay? I know my vision. So I can't expect to have my vision by getting this $500 thing over here and this $200 coach over here, because I'm scared to invest X amount of dollars, this thousands of dollars over here. What kind of vision do I really have? Right? You have this $1 million business idea, but then when it comes down to being told what the price is, crickets. Huh? So, therefore, you were not ready for what you were asking for. I hear so many millionaires say they invest in themselves. Boom. If you guys don't know who Grant Cardone is, I don't condone his language all the time. What if I don't have a vision? I don't even know what to say on that. And if you don't have a vision, right, then chances are your actions aren't going to back up what you don't have, right? Right? Exactly. Randy was like, get one. Right? Right? If you don't have a vision, then continue to do nothing, because that's what you'll continue to do, right? I have a vision to start a business, but haven't invested in myself yet. Sis, are you ready? Same thing that it says in my title. Are you ready for what you are asking for? And the thing about it is, for everyone, right? God said, I'm going to be a millionaire. It was prophesied to me that I'm going to be a millionaire, honey. But then when the conversation comes for you to grow, to expand, to up level, you're nowhere to be found. Are you ready for what you want? I think people are more in love with the idea of being millionaires more than the work needed for it. I agree. I agree. And here's the thing about it too. How do I put this? The thing about it is this is something that I trained myself to do, is because I say, I know the vision that I have for myself, and I know it's going to take me to do work, and I know it's going to cost me some sleepless nights. I've trained my mind so much to the point where I try not to get sidetracked when something gets hard. I try not to be, yes, bless other point. Right. So I try not to be surprised that something is going to require more of me. I try not to get surprised that I'm going to be scared. I try not to get surprised that it's going to require more time from me. I try not to make it seem so burdensome that it's going to do that. Because of the fact that if I know it's going to require work for me to get to the level where I'm trying to go, then therefore, when the trouble does come, therefore, when the work does come, therefore, when the up level does show its face to me, I should not be surprised that this is happening, because that is what is required of me to get to where I'm supposed to be destined to be. I do that to myself. Do I enjoy it every time a hardship comes? No. Right? Yes, it costs time, sleep, hard work. It does. It absolutely does. If you know you're not ready for that, hang it on the shelf. Hang it on the shelf. And even then you still can't do it, because here's the beauty about a vision. It never goes away. The thing about a vision that I find very hilarious, honestly, God, thank you for that, is it never goes away. That's something that I learned in 2017. That's one of the biggest things. I was sharing that when I was speaking to young girls in my neighboring city the day before my masterclass. The day of the masterclass, I was doing that. And that was one of the biggest lessons that I shared with them as of last year. I said, one of the biggest things that I learned in 2017 was that if you do not execute that vision that is inside of you, it will continue to ride you until you actually get it done. Why? Because someone else is supposed to get that. Someone else needs to be helped from that vision. And if you keep sitting on it, that person is going to be starved. And you don't even know who that person is. That person is going to be starved if you do not execute that vision. Let me go into another lesson as to why I know that's true. Because even with that same speaking engagement where I was speaking to those young ladies, right? When was the masterclass? Thursday. Right? So I was speaking to them on Thursday, had my masterclass to do right after that. I had to leave just to get done with my masterclass. Brandon was in my masterclass, right? Whoop, whoop, go masterclass, right? You guys are getting your replay on Monday. So you know, that email has to go out. I need to let you guys know that. Because we're cutting down all the videos. He's like, yeah, that masterclass was awesome. Okay? I'm even considering doing it again. Right? But when I was speaking to them that morning, right? When I was speaking to them that morning, can you believe that I was nervous? And it's not like I haven't been there already. They asked for me to come back. So clearly, Dom, you're good at this. You do this all the time. You speak all the time. Girl, what you nervous about? What? Why? Right? But I was nervous. But here's the thing, right? My vision, hear me now, my vision is to speak. I'm already speaking, but my vision is to do more speaking, right? So that I can reach more people. Because what is my goal at the end of the day? To reach more people, to help more people, right? To help my dynamic creators. Hey, GL, that's what I call my people. Right? If you're following me, I call you guys dynamic creators because I believe that. I do believe that you guys are dynamic creators. And there are people right now who are second guessing their creative abilities to create a new business, to create a new life, to create all of that. Right? They are doubting themselves. And if I hold back my vision because I feel nervous, I feel nervous to speak to them, and I don't carry out the vision that I have to help them, I starve them. I starved them. Those girls in that audience, I would have starved them to not give them what's so effortless for me because I've worked on it. I would have deprived them of it's true. Roy, it's true. I would have deprived them had I not showed up with my experiences, my trials, my triumphs, and not given it to them. They don't know the difference yet. They just know what they've been through up until that point. Yeah, stop starving them. Hear me, stop starving them. And so the minute that I focused on them, you couldn't stop me. I was dropping bombs after bombs because I was focused on them instead of how nervous I was. And it wasn't even all that great deal of a nervousness, but any little thing that can hold you back, you give me some good light. Yes, I am. Yes, I am, because it needs to be said, because the conversation needs to be had. That's why I said, we got to talk. To all my dynamic creators out there, if you feel like you are a dynamic creator, if you feel like I was given this vision for a reason, there is a reason why I want X, Y, and Z in my life, then you need to have the conversation with yourself and say, am I really ready for what I want? Because even in that little bit of nervousness that I had to get past that very quickly. Now, this only happened like very quickly, but still it happened, right? And for some people, for a lot of you guys, you want to be speakers, right? But you hold yourself back because you're nervous. You hold yourself back because of what you think people are going to say about you, right? I could raise my hand on that. I can step on my own toes. But the difference between me and someone else who doesn't go through it is the fact that I am staying clear on my vision. Ain't nobody got time for Dom to be nervous because Dom got to show up for these people. Ain't nobody got time to be nervous because Dom got to show up and create dynamic endeavors in their lives. How you overcome public speaking fear? Like I said, you focus on the people, not you. Because if you focus on you, you'll never get on stage. If you focus on you, your business will never start. If you focus on you, your book will never be written. If you focus on you, that deal will never happen. If you focus on you approaching somebody about a particular conversation will never happen. Come on, Tammy, am I talking or am I talking? Can I eat my own words? I eat my words. That's how I can give them. I get nervous. But will I let it stop me? No. Because one, that is not the vision that I have for Dominique Hart. That is not the vision that I have for my company. That is not the vision for those who I feel that I serve, for the creatives that I serve, for the entrepreneurs that I serve. That is not it. This is real talk. Who's having this conversation? God said I'm going to be a millionaire. Sis, are you ready to do what he said? Are you ready to actually do the work to get there so you can live in that glory day? Huh? I'm nervous. Listen, like I said, when I talk to my friend and she's going through her breakup and she was going back on the words that she said, I had to remind her about what she said she wanted in her life. I had to remind her. And I will forever remind her. Because you can't be in my circle. You can't be friend to me and carry on with foolishness. I get that it will happen. These things won't happen naturally. We learn our lessons. I get that, which is why I will never, nor should you ever, clown someone for going through the trials and tribulations that they're going through. But what I will not allow you to do is to continue making that same mistake when you said you wanted differently. Same thing with my clients. You can't come to me and say you want this $1 million idea to happen, and you need for this website to do this, and you need the website to do that, and you need for your brand to look oh so fabulous, but the only thing that you are willing to invest is $500 when it's really $5,000 to make something happen, when it's really $10,000 to make that idea happen, when it's really, tell the truth, shame the devil, $50,000 to make your idea happen. You think I charge that because I just want to? No, I charge that because I know I can bring that. I charge that because I know I can bring that, and I have the team who I have hand selected myself because of their talent to bring that to you, so that you can make more than $50,000, so that you can make more than $200,000, so that you can make more. Listen, $50,000 is nothing in comparison to the $1 million idea that God gave you. Hear me. When you invest well, hear me. When you invest well, $50,000 is nothing. If y'all got kids, y'all know what thousands of dollars looks to slip through your hands in a month. For the babies. For the children. You know, between soccer practice and school clothes and books and all that kind of stuff, thousands of dollars runs through your hands like this. Times that by 50. $50,000 is nothing compared to the $1 million dreams that you say you have. But only the people who are ready to make that investment because they're real with the vision that they say they have are ready to actually move forward. Do not have the conversation if you're not ready to have the conversation. Huh? Hello? It's true. Guys, I can't tell you what I didn't do. I can't tell my friend what I didn't do. I had to say to myself, and this is what I told her to do. I said, what is it? The same thing. Yes, right? The same thing that I'm asking her to do, I did. I had to sit down and say, Dominique, is this relationship what you want? Does this match up to what you say you wanted? If it's not, Dominique, then it is not worth arguing over. It is not worth losing sleep over. Yes, lead by example, right? It is not worth the headache. Hey Jay, how are you? It is not worth it. Guys, it is not worth it. Bye-bye. Hello. Because when it's all said and done, let's say this problem that I'm having with a person, let's say it all goes away and it's all good. Was it worth it? If the answer is no, let it go. That's it, Tammy. I love you, but I love me more. Because guess who has to live out this life? I do. I do. Because that person can get up and say, you know what, I don't want this no more. And they have every right to say that. And guess what you're left with? You are left with your life to live at the end of the day. So therefore, because I only have this life and because I cherish this life, therefore, I'm going to do what I need to do to make sure that I am achieving the best life that I possibly can. And it doesn't mean that I'm not going to mess up. It doesn't mean that I'm going to forget my own words, but thank God for great friends and thank God for God, right? But thank God to have great friends like me who can remind you about what you said about your life. And what happens if you don't have that friend? Because, you know, friends are very, very, very hard to find nowadays. New mercies every day. That's right, Tammy, right? It's very hard to find great friends nowadays. So what happens if you don't have that friend? You have to be your accountability partner. Because sometimes you're not going to have a friend to come along and remind you about what you said about your life. Huh? It's the truth. Y'all, if we say that we want the greatest life for ourselves, and if we say we want all these Benz and all these Ferraris and all that kind of stuff, are we willing to do the work that's necessary to even get it? Or do we want to keep going the cheap route when we know the vision that we have is a lot more of quality, right? Are we still trying to get these dreams on a dollar budget? It doesn't work. If you want a great quality relationship, it's going to require you to do some work on yourself, for yourself, by yourself, in order to be ready for that relationship that you want. You have to take those risks. You have to pay the cost to be the boss, right? Exactly, right? And so, like I said, the same way how I reminded her is the same way how I have to remind my clients. This is what you came to me and you said you wanted. And I am going to hold you to that by showing up and having my team show up for you so that we can execute this vision and this dream, because you are going somewhere. But I can't do that if you're not willing to invest in your vision, not mine, but your vision. I can't solve all of my problems with your project. I can't. Because I have $1 million goals to go after. Right? I have $1 million, stick around, you might learn something. I have $1 million dreams to go after. I have $1 million goals to go after, because it involves that many people. I can't solve all my world problems, all my business problems, or my vision problems with your project, with your website project. I'm not here for your money. I'm here to help you to be a dynamic creator. I'm here to actually help you to manifest what God said you were supposed to create. I need y'all to hear me. And for any designer that you work with, it's the same thing. Why is it hard these days, and who's trying? Be the kind of friend you want, accepting only the same. Boom. I can't. Now, it can help me move things forward, right? Then bye. I can move things forward in my business, right? I can actually pay my team with your investment, but I can't solve all of them. I can't solve all of my problems. So talking to me about your vision as if you're helping me to solve all of my problems, not necessary. Because at the end of the day, you're going to go to bed with this vision still sitting in your head, still riding you at night, still waking you up out of your sleep. What are you going to do about it? You want to write that book and you have no idea how to write that book? Invest in that coach so she can show you what to do to write that book. Because at the end of the day, that book vision is going to ride you until you get it done, because somebody needs that book. Somebody's actually going to crack that book open and read on page 89 what is going to solve the problem that they're going through. And who are they going to thank? You. And as a result of them thanking you, who are you going to thank at the end of the day? I hope it's the one who gave you the idea, Jesus himself, God himself. But no way can they get the answer on page 89 because you won't do the necessary job to get that education, to get that knowledge so that you can implement what is in your brain. It will not happen unless you invest at the level in which you are trying to produce. You hire a $500 coach, you will get $500 results. You invest in a $2,500 coach, you will get the necessary results. You invest for a $10,000 coach, you will get your results. And I already talked about your investments. Watch that on another scope, right? As in, it's your duty to make sure that the investment that you make is the investment that you're going to make back. That is your duty as CEO. Page 1 comes before 89 gets started. Exactly. Listen to you, such great power behind that voice. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's why they hired me to speak, people. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding. So, but you have to do that, right? I talked about that in a previous scope. You as the business owner, you as the CEO, you as the visionary, it is your job to see that the investment that you make is the investment that you get back. It is not your coach's job. It is not, yes, I am on fire, because it needs to be said. Thank God he gave you that $1 million idea. I thank him every day for giving you that million idea. But I do, because I mean it. But it is your job to see it through. Your job to see it through. That's how I talk to my dynamic creators. That's how I talk to y'all. Because I mean it. And because I know it's true. I know it's true because of every success story that I've ever had. They had to get to a point where they had to step up to the plate. They had to step up to the plate and said, you know what? I'm tired of spinning my wheels. I'm tired of doing it the way that I always did. And you know what? I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to take a risk, and I'm going to move forward. They are millionaires and billionaires to this day. They have major influence to this day. How can a 25-year-old woman speak like this? Listen, 28, but thank you. Yes. But at 25, right? And even at 25, I was talking like this, right? Now, at 25, I was going through the greatest hardship in my life, but still, it has even increased my authority. It has increased my power today. Thank you. It has increased that power in me today. Why? Because I've been through it. Because I've been through it. Not only that, but I observe very well. Very, very well. Because I have my introvert moments when I just don't feel like saying anything. Right? I just don't feel like talking, but I will observe. I will listen. I will watch. And I have seen people go through their hardships each and every time. You ready to say exactly, right? I have seen people go through their hardships each and every time. And I have to keep asking myself, how many times are you going to go through this hardship and not learn? How many times? What is it costing you? It is costing you people who need you. Same thing with a mom or a dad. How many times are you going to cost your kids love because you won't choose to do what's necessary for you so that they can be positively impacted by you? How many times? How many times? And when are you ready to actually make it happen? So you said you wanted to be the best mom and the best dad ever in this world. Hear me, but you're not willing to do what's necessary to be that person for them in this present moment. Are you ready for what, hey, Taylor Made, are you ready for what you were asking for? This question is not just for my friend who went through her breakup. This question is not for Dom, who's experienced these things in her business and relationships and in her life. This question is not just for the moms and dads out there. This question is for every aspect of your life. The answer to that is you are ready, but do you actually believe that you are worthy of it? Do you believe that you are worthy of what you're asking for? The answer to that is you are worthy of what you are asking for, but are you ready to do the work to get through it? Take care, young lady. May God bless you and keep the great speaking. Thank you. Thank you so much. Are you ready for that? So the same way that I say it to my clients is the same way I'm going to say it to y'all. If you come to me with these grandiose visions, with these grandiose goals, and I tell you it is going to require X amount of dollars from you to make that happen, let me not hear crickets. Because I will answer your crickets with crickets. The same thing goes for anyone else who is worthy of the talent that you're going to. They will answer you with crickets. No one's going to hunt you down about what you said you wanted. No one. Not even my friend's ex. My friend's ex is not going to, you better ante up, that's right. My friend's ex is not going to run her down about what she wanted for her life. He's not going to do it. Because if he was going to do it, he would have already did it and they would have been together today. But clearly they're not, because they're not together today. So, because of the fact that that person or whoever you're asking of them, or whoever you're asking from them, because of the fact that they're not going to run you down for what you said you wanted in your life, guess whose job it is? Yours. No one will believe in you and your vision like you. That is right. That is right. And they're not supposed to. We put a lot of pressure on people for what we say we want. My whole thing is, if you are going to require that much pressure from me, I'm going to need something from you. It's a give and a take. I want to be in a great relationship. I need to be a great person. I want you to forgive me. I need to be a forgiving person. I want to be a millionaire. I'm going to have to develop that millionaire mindset. I want to be a millionaire. I'm going to have to make $1 million investments. I'm going to have to make $1,000 investments so that I can get to my millions, so that I can add to my millions. Right? Exactly. Withdrawals and deposits. Exactly. You got to have that conversation. Guys, this is good. Share this with people. Right? They need to hear this. It's the truth. Are you ready? Excuse me. Are you ready for that? If you're not ready, do not put that pressure on someone else to make it happen for you if you are not willing to do it yourself. If you have this great idea for this brand or this business or this website, don't go to someone saying, I want all of this stuff, and then they tell you how much it's going to cost, and then you try to tell it don't cost that much. How do you know? You ain't even see it yet. It don't cost that much. Yes, it does. Because the same way what brought you to the conversation is the same thing that's going to take you to actually getting your end result. It's the same thing. It is the same thing. Thank you guys for inviting. I appreciate that, honestly. It's the same thing. Because I had to produce for you to even come to me with the conversation. I had to produce at the level at which I'm asking you to produce. They have no idea from the lack of exposure or belief sometimes. Exactly. And the thing about that, right? The thing about that when it happens is the fact that, is the fact that I don't clown people because they don't know. See, that's something that I won't do. Because I know that there's certain areas in my life that I've never seen, that I am very a novice to, right? I am aware of that. And so because I'm aware of that, who am I to clown someone because of what they don't know or what they were not exposed to? Not cool. So I won't do that. That's why I hold people to their visions, right? Because I get that you may not have been exposed to this, but if this is what you say you want, it is my duty to hold you to that because we want to know. Exactly. And we still don't know everything yet. You still don't know everything yet. So how am I supposed to go to a millionaire and say, it don't cost that much? And I've never done it, never seen it, and never seen the fruit of that labor in my life. How dare you? How dare I go to him and say, it don't cost that much? Have I ever done it? No. Have I ever seen it? No. But yet I, the novice, am telling this millionaire guy, I ain't got to do all of that. They will look, laugh, then walk away from us. Yes, they will. Right? Who am I to tell them that? It doesn't make any sense. Great. So it doesn't cost that much. So please show me the same result for $1. Please show me the same result for $100. And please don't direct me to Fiverr, because then I'm gonna really laugh. Well, I can get a website done on Fiverr. Yes, you can. But will it sustain your vision? No. Do you know how to operate that thing afterwards? No, because they designed it for you and left you high and dry for you to figure it out on your own. And yet that left you having to recreate the wheel yet again, because you chose not to invest in someone who will see you through to the end. That is a lot to require of someone, to only not deliver what you are asking for. That's a lot. I need for you to do all of this for me, but I'm only willing to give you 1/10 of what I'm asking of you. Huh? Hola. Right? I am only willing to give you this much, but I want you to give me the world. Where they do that at? Take the bag of chips. The bag of chips costs $1, but you want to give the person 50 cents. Good luck with that. Right? Good luck with that. Brandon was like, bien. Right? Good luck with that. Good luck walking out that store's doors with that $1 bag of chips that you tried to give them 50 cents for. It ain't happening. It's not happening. I just left my millionaire team all the way home now from meeting. Yeah. Right? I want these bag of chips. Great. You can have these bag of chips. It costs $1. But I want these bag of chips, but I want to give you 50 cents. I feel it's worth 50 cents. This is not a negotiation. You want these bag of chips for $1, then you're going to have to pay $1. Right? Walk with me, talk with me, right? You want these bag of chips and they're $1. You want to pay me 50 cents, but I told you, hey, right? But I told you, it's more family, right? But I told you that this bag of chips costs $1, but you want to give me 50 cents for them? How, Sway? How? Ding dong, yes. Right? How? How does that happen? It doesn't. So I asked, I want you guys to be serious, right? If you say, I'm supposed to be a millionaire, I have this business idea, but I'm scared. It's okay to be scared. It is so okay to be scared. The same way that I got this much nervous before I spoke to those young girls on Thursday, right? I set the market price, not you, customer. Exactly, right? They know how much it costs to get that bag of chips to the door. They know how much it costs to keep their business afloat. All they're asking for you to do is make the investment based on all the work that they had to do to bring you that bag of chips. That's all they're asking you to do. Pay the $1. Pay the $1, Sway. Right? So the same thing applies. The same thing applies in businesses, and the same thing is going to be required of you in your life. If this is what you say you are supposed to have, if this is what you say you are supposed to be, if this is the type of life that you say you are supposed to live, then you need to know, am I ready for what I am asking for? And what they spent, well, yeah, it's just $1, right? If you're supposed to make millions, 50,000 should be nothing. Or if it is something, it should be something that you are willing to make the investment to do because of the fact that you know that you are headed on to $1 million. And this $50,000 investment is going to get me to $1 million. I am looking at an apartment complex across the street in my cousin's backyard, right? Because I'm visiting family. Excuse me. That apartment complex, somebody who owns that apartment complex in the backyard where I am sitting right now, they had to make an investment in themselves to either learn how to acquire it one day. They had to make an investment in themselves to learn real estate. They had to make an investment in themselves to learn how to deal with mortgages and prices and negotiations and et cetera, et cetera. They had to learn what was necessary to acquire capital. What is that? What is that all about? They had to know what was necessary to have the right team, to even have that much wealth, or to even have that much responsibility, or to even run that business or that apartment complex well. They had to make that investment. But it all came back to with a lot of you guys are like today, I really want to do X. Whether that's a business, a book, a husband, a house, a car, whatever, right? They had to make that investment. And now I can look at their investment today and see that people are living in the idea that they had. They had to invest a big chunk of money, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars, to acquire that property so that they can benefit off the vision that they had for their business and their life. They had to do that. Not the tenants, but they did. And now they own that property proudly. And they're making money every single month off of what they invested in to acquire it. Results of hard work and effort can be seen. Exactly. So when someone is asking you, hey, I've heard your vision. I believe that I can make it happen for you. It is going to cost you X. If that is what you say you want, if you honestly, they're getting way more than they invested. Exactly. And they're getting more than what they invested because of the fact that they know the value of their vision. And so that they know, in order for me to get to that X amount of dollars that I know this property will bring me, I have to make the investment to acquire this property so that I can continue or even get that dollar amount that I seek. But if they were to go about getting that property in a cheap manner, they would never get it. They would be forced to have a smaller property or a shabby property or something that's going to cause them hell because they didn't hold themselves responsible to acquire what they said they wanted. It would never be this grand. It would never be this serious. It would never be this deep. Exactly. It would never be this deep. It would never be this grand. They would have been forced to settle for some shabby house that they got to keep pumping all of this money in and not reaping the rewards. They would have had to do just that. It's the truth. And that is what you do when you say, I'm supposed to have this grand vision, but you're only willing to invest this much. And then you wonder why. Hear me. And then you wonder why it's so hard for you to attain that goal. Then you wonder why you're not really fully proud of what you spent your money on. Then you wonder why it's not exactly what you envisioned it to be. Oh, I thought my vision was going to be like this, but I only ended up getting this. That's because you invested in this. And you didn't necessarily do the research in order to make sure that what you invested in was going to give you that result. And if you did, you got what you asked for. Right? So, I say it again. Are you ready for what you are asking for? Are you ready for it? If you're not, continue playing. But while you're playing, don't drag other people in your mess. Listen to me. Do not drag other people in your mess. Because if people are called to a higher vision and you say that you want them to help you to achieve that higher vision, and you're not willing to be who you say you are asking for, what you're asking for, leave those people alone. Stop wasting people's time. Stop it. Stop it. Let them go and be great. And when you're ready, when you're finally ready, then you go and knock on their door. Then you go and have that conversation. Then you go and take her out on a date. Then you go ahead and you take that class. Then you go ahead and you have that lunch date. Then you go ahead and you inquire about coaching. Then you go ahead and tell them, hey, I need X, Y, and Z done. Then you go ahead and you schedule that consultation. Only when you're ready. If you're not ready, leave them alone. Let them go, and that time that you would have wasted with them, they could have poured into somebody who was ready, who did wake up this morning and say, I'm ready. Stop wasting people's time. If you're not ready, stop wasting people's time. Right? If you're not ready for that great relationship that you say you want, stop wasting her time. Let her go and be with someone who's going to treasure her. If you are not ready for that great man that you say you want, stop wasting his time. Let him go and treasure another girl who will value what he's giving her. If you are not ready, leave them alone. If you're not ready to accompany his vision, leave him alone. If you're not ready to accompany her vision, leave her alone. If you're not ready to acquire that business, leave that coach alone. If you are not ready to make that money, just leave it alone. Shelf it. Just put it on the shelf. And when you're ready, you take it down. But stop trying to convince people when you're not ready. This one is for the books. It is the truth. It is the truth. Let me use me for an example. I get asked out all the time. Like, just all the time. But then when I scope out the situation, I said, they're not ready. They feel like they're ready, right? Right? Because they got a nice suit on. Aha! I got a suit on. She look good. I'm ready. But then when it comes down to the actual conversation, I'm educating you more than you're educating me. You're not ready. Your language doesn't match my language. You're not ready. The power suit, right? Your language doesn't match my language. You're not ready. Your level of sacrifice doesn't match my level of sacrifice. You're not ready. Your willingness to love is not at my level of willingness to love. You're not ready. She said I'm wearing jeans now. You're not ready, Brandon. I'm just kidding. Right? You're not ready. My struggle moment is more than you can bear. You're not ready. Stop convincing people that you're ready when you're not. That's why I ask y'all, are you ready for what you are asking for? I want to be with a great man of God. That man of God gets attacked constantly. He gets his name dragged through the mud constantly. Are you ready for the life that you're asking for? I want to be with a businesswoman. That businesswoman has to be on many flights. Are you ready to be without her for a day? Some of y'all ain't ready to be without her for a day. Y'all too needy. Tell the truth, shame the devil. I don't think people know themselves enough to answer those questions. But that comes with really embracing the journey. You have to embrace that journey to even know and to even find out what you're ready for. But stop knocking on doors that you're not ready you're not ready to walk through. Stop it. Continue at the level where you are. Master the level where you are before you even go ahead and knock on that door. Stop wasting people's time. Right? She need to be about that life. Well, that girl who is about that life is not going to take your mess. She's not. Don't be surprised if she don't. Because she got things to do because she's about that life. I want a man who got like a 700 whatever credit score. Well, great. The 5 levels of ascension. Exactly. They need to get in position mentally. Yes, exactly. Right? I want a man who got good credit. Right? I want this and I want that. Well, don't go and spend all his money. You can't be in his life spending all his money because how in the world did he get that good credit score? He got it by being responsible. He got it by being a steward over his money. He got it by being resourceful. He got it by saving. Hey, Toya Love. He got it by saving. You can't walk in his life and then you're like, oh yeah, I got a man who got a 7,000 credit score and I'm going to go shopping. No, you're not ready, sis. You're not ready. Leave him alone. I'm stepping on the men's toes and I'm stepping on ladies' toes. Hide your toes, right? What Tracy said earlier, tuck your toes. Tuck your toes, right? It's the same thing.
Where you going? You leaving?
I guess so. Mom here? Mom is here. Yeah. So.
You can go and take my picture. You just don't know me out yet.
Right? It's the truth. And if you're not ready, stop wasting people's time. That's probably the worst thing you can do if you're not ready. Be honest with yourself and say, you know what? I'm not ready. You said don't spend any money. Ooh, ladies mad now. Right? But it's the truth. Right? I say that with love. I can't tell you what I don't do. I can't tell you what I don't think is best for you. You're not ready. And if you're not ready, be honest. Be honest. Because the worst thing you can do is waste someone's time. The worst thing you can do is waste someone's time when you know you're not ready yet. Right? That's like if you ever see like a speaker go up on stage, right? Because they're really not ready to speak yet. But they want it, but they go up on stage and they're not ready to speak yet. And then they completely bomb and wasted that person's time and their vision for their event because they weren't ready. It's like that window shopping. Come in and talk to someone about the product, but they have no intention of buying. Exactly. Exactly that. Exactly that. You just wasted that person's time. They got so excited to help you, serve you. You don't know what that person's purpose is. And you just came in and given all this talk and then left out the door. You wasted that person's time and they could have focused on getting a commission from someone else who was ready to buy and ready to buy even more than whatever you were asking about. The most annoying thing ever. It is. It is. Hey, Judah, man, how are you? Hi, Frederick. Right? Window shoppers. And that is what you are. Imagine, right? And I say imagine. If you're in business, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not in business, I want you to imagine. Imagine you are purpose and walking in your purpose to do something. Listen, right? You're walking in your purpose to do something and to help people. And then all of a sudden, someone comes by and they give you all of this talk. You get so excited because your purpose is like, yeah, I'm about to work this. What? Yes. And then all of a sudden they be like, so I know that I talked about this happening today, but I'm really going to do this like next year. And you're like, wait, we just talked about doing this and we talked about doing that and we're doing this and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And they get so excited and they gave you their time when they could have been working with people who are interested. Right. Then why are you talking about it now? Why? Yes, you're a window shopper, right? Exactly. You just wasted their time. For what? Because you weren't ready? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Right? You can't do that. Yes, time is very, very expensive. Time is very, very expensive. I gave you free time when I could have took that time and made $10,000. I'm giving you... She said she was coming.
help me with the brunch tomorrow.
What brunch?
Tomorrow, the brunch.
Now you tell me?
I didn't know you were leaving.
Not true.
I just saw her outside. I'm like, what are you doing here? I pulled up and she was like, I was like, what are you doing here?
That's so funny. Lord have mercy. But it's so true, right? It's so true. And so, like I said, this whole conversation, right, happened earlier today. I was talking with my friend. She's going through a breakup, as I did, right, recently, and fairly recently, right? And so I was giving her the advice that I gave my own self. And it helped me greatly. Saved me from even more heartache, right? And at me being her friend, I wanted to save her from the same. You've tried this already, sis. You've tried this the second time. The third time is not going to be any different. After they waste my time and don't buy, give them the gospel right after that. Like, that's right. Right? You tried it before. You've tried it again. They're not ready. And on your end, sis, if this is what you say you want, at least you didn't tell her to go to his apartment, throw all his clothes in a tub and pour some bleach in it. No, that's petty. We can't live and grow being better, being petty. No. Because you want to know why sometimes that doesn't work? It feels good to get all your vengeance out, but the chances are that same person who you just poured all the bleach all over their clothes, they're still going to be that same horrible person tomorrow and the next year after that. And the year after that. And so you just did all of that, wasted all that good bleach when it could have made some good clothes white on somebody who was not going to change, or on somebody who does not see your situation as important, who does not value you to be who you say that you are, or who you actually are according to God himself. So you just wasted all that time. Why do that? Cut it short, drop it where it is, and keep it going. Keep it going. Yeah, or they take them back and now they can't dress. Right? Exactly. And so I had to tell her that. And she's just like, you know what, Dom? Thank you for telling me that. Because I'm listening and I needed to hear that. So I was thinking and I was just like, man, how many times do people do that in not only their life, but also in business? And then it brought me back to all of the consultations that I've had with people who give me these grandiose ideas, who give me these grandiose visions for their websites and their brand. And, oh, I want to do this launch and I want to do this and I want to do that. And they got all this big talk. And then when it comes down to actually making the vision happen, crickets. I had to think about that. That's real. Right? That is real. And so with me thinking on these thoughts, right, I was already on fire from the conversation I had with her. I said, how many of you guys are doing the same in your business and your life? Be real. I mean, we can laugh about it. We can talk all this and make it all airy, but at the end of the day, you still have that business idea. And because of the fact that you're not willing to do what you need to do, if you want income, if you want out, leave. Just don't stand in the doorway. You are blocking traffic. Boom. That part. Right? How many of you guys are sitting on these ideas and you're not ready to make them happen? A lot of people feel like since they want to start a business, that they can't quit their job. Yeah, right? But if they just sought out the information to actually make their visions happen, they would find a way to make both worlds work until it was time to transition. But they're not going to be able to access that information because they're not willing to pay for that $2,000 coaching program, because they're not willing to pay that $200 an hour to that coach. They're not willing to pay for that $10,000 program that's going to have somebody by your side walking you through every step of the way for a year. You're not willing to make that investment. And so you're sitting there with this idea because you're not willing to make that investment. And and it's their fault, they should come down on their price when they know the information that they're going to give you is going to help you make 10 times that? What? No! Absolutely not. That, in Jamaica, what we say, that is liberty taking. You are taking liberty of that person. I don't think it costs $10,000. I think it costs more like $500. That is, you are taking liberty of that person. How dare you? The exact reason I haven't engaged you because I'm not ready. And that's okay. Right? That is okay. Sign up to be a part of my email list, right? I just did that masterclass. It was $199. $199 for my website masterclass. And people had all the questions in the world. They wanted to have all the conversations in the world. But did they sign up? No. But you want to have this big brand, this big website, this big vision, but you weren't willing to pay $200? Huh? Really? That says a lot. Yes, but when you're ready, you're coming. And I appreciate you for that. Right? I appreciate you for that. Right? And so you have to be aware. You have to be knowledgeable. And I'm glad you said that you weren't ready because my friend was not ready. Right? They don't really want it. Yes. Hey, D. Right? My friend didn't really want it in that moment. She was not knowledgeable of what she said she wanted in that moment. I had to remind her. I had to remind her. And she was like, oh, snap. I did say that, didn't I? Yes, you did, sis. Yes, you did. Are you ready for what you want? Are you ready for that? If you're not ready, don't have the conversations. Don't waste the time, right? Engage at the level that you're willing to engage in, but don't waste people's time. That is probably more offensive than just investing where you are with them, right? Right? Reach for that. If you know, and this is just for people who it's for, if you know that masterclass would have been helpful to you, take out the masterclass, put anything else in that you really, really want. If you know that masterclass is going to be helpful to you and $200 was a reach for you, but you know that this can really help me and you didn't make the reach to make it happen just at that level, how in the world are you going to get to the millions of dollars that the vision that you have in your head requires? How? How, Sway? How? If I'm stepping on toes, just know I love you. Right? Even as simple as buying a book. You know how many times that there are answers in books and we don't buy them? But we say that we have this vision and we want to start this business, or we want to do X, Y, and Z, or I'd love to have a boutique, and someone put it in a book just so that you can afford to have the answers, and we don't buy it because we don't want to read. Are you ready for what you are asking for? Are you ready for what you are asking for? But Jordans will come out and people will line up to buy them. Now, the pleasures of this world are yours. Go buy the Jordans if that's what you want. But if you buying the Jordans is not going to enhance your life to get out of whatever situation you're in, you need not be in no lines for no Jordans. You're better off spending that money pouring into yourself so that you can get the information that you need, so that you can go ahead and live the life that you want, so that when you do want to buy the Jordans, it's not going to hurt you. You're better off doing that because the Jordans are not going to go anywhere. Even if think about it, even if they do go anywhere and they become like limited edition, like stuff going on, if you had poured into yourself to achieve the life that you really wanted, it would be no problem for you to buy those limited editions. It's not going to hurt you because you've acquired the information that you needed to make that part of your life happen. Not the gumdrop buttons, right? You acquired what you needed to make that aspect of your life happen so that buying those limited edition things of what you wanted would be nothing. But you have to learn how to invest in you. You can't have these grand visions and only expect to pay $1 and get them. Stop it. Stop it. Tell your mama, tell a friend, tell a cousin, tell a wife, tell a husband, tell a somebody. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it while you're ahead because your head gonna hurt because you're gonna bump it. Stop now. Don't bump your head. Stop it. Right. No dollar menu dreams. You cannot make millions of dollars off dollar menu dreams. And for the people who try to make $1 million off of a dollar menu dream, they end up finding out just how much their dreams are actually costing them. And I always see it. They always up level. Your dreams are going to force you to up level. It's better you just start now as opposed to later. Start now as opposed to later. So guys, that's what I'm like. There's something in my eye, y'all. I don't know what's going on. Yes, they will. That's good. It is good. It is very good. It is always gonna. If you are going for that grand dream, you need to be prepared for what you're asking for. So if you're going for that grand dream, then be prepared to up level not only yourself but your life and everyone around you because it's gonna require that. Keep playing around if you want. It's gonna force you. It's going to force your hand. If that means taking everything away or making you feel the pressure, it is always going to require that much more of you. Always. Yes, they do. Appetites change. You're always going to want more because when you get to that 1 million, you're going to want 2. Hear me. Whenever you get to the 2 million, you're going to want 5. Whenever you get to the 5 million, you're going to want 10. Whenever you get to the 10 million, you're going to want 50 million. When you get to the 50 million, you're going to want 1 billion. Try me. Try me. Try me. Because for people who wanted to make it to 6 figures, they want more. They thought, when I get to 6 figures, which is really $100,000, which is what mostly people, that's what they're talking about. They get to $100,000. Next thing you know, they want more. Why? Because their lifestyle has upgraded. Their bills are paid. They want more out of life now. They're able to see further now, right? They think more of themselves. Their esteem has gotten higher and higher, right? Now you want more. Exactly. They've gotten comfortable and now they've seen a better way of life that they want to attain and then they go for that. That is not by happenstance. That is how we are built as creators. God built us like that. He doesn't talk about the abundance of this world just to talk about the abundance of this world. He talks about the abundance of this world because we should have that. We already have the appetite for that. Some of us just haven't realized that. But anytime you come into what you were meant to have, you will start to realize your appetite will change. You will want more. And so what got you to $100,000, all of a sudden, it doesn't do it for you anymore. Now you want more. So guess what it's going to require? It's going to require even higher investment to achieve that much of the more. We talked about it earlier, talking about, people wanting nope, been there, done that. Exactly. You've been there, done that. You're bored with that. And now you want more. But guess what? In this life, you are granted more. So it's natural to want more. You see what I'm saying? It's natural to want more. But you can't get the more if you're not willing to make that investment. It's not going to happen. So I ask you again. Are you ready for what you want? Are you ready for what you are asking for not only your life, not only your business ideas, for not only your family, for not only your friends, for not whatever that goal is for you, whatever that vision of yourself, wherever you see yourself standing and being, whatever that is for you, are you ready for that? Oh, I don't delete my scopes. I don't delete them. They'll always be there. They'll always be there. And I encourage you guys, even for those of you who are watching the replay, if you are still watching this replay, didn't I tell you it was going to be good? But wasn't it worth it? Right? It is worth it to hear this. I do love y'all. I love my dynamic creators because I know why we have the visions that we have. I know why we're given them. I know why that vision and that dream woke you up at 3 a.m. I know why that book that you've been wanting to write but don't know how to write, I know why you still want it to this day. I know why you want to have that type of family because you didn't have it. I know that you want it, but are you ready for what you're asking for? Because in order to have that family, you got to do work, sis. You got to do work, bro. Bro. That's right. You have to do the work in order to get that. It is going to require more of you. Clearly. Bye. It is going to require more of you. Right? It's going to. And so if you know that it's going to require more of you, stop running. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Stop running. You can't keep running from something that you said you wanted. Thank you very much. Me too. Thank you for that. But yeah, if that is what you say you want, you have to be willing to do it. And if you're not willing to do it, stop wasting people's time. The worst thing that you can do. For what?
$100 for grandma.
I think it's this one.
You sure?
Yeah. Right? That's right, man of worship, right? If that is what you say you want, do it. You want to have that great wife, that great husband, that great family, do the work. I promise you you'll get it, but you won't get it unless you do the work. It's not just going to be dropped in your lap. Promise you. I promise you. If I didn't have my phone in my hand, I'd clap. I promise you, boo. It's the truth. What happened?
Man, go away.
No coming. Right? Right?
Yeah, brunch
So.
tomorrow. Yeah, brunch tomorrow.
Okay, so I'll stay. Straight up, right, Josh? Straight up, okay? Level up, right? That's right. That is right. Right? I want to make, whatever your dreams are, right? I hear people, they say, I want to make this money because of the fact that I want to take care of my family. Sis, bro, you can't take care of your family if you're not willing to invest to get the education or the services done so that you can get that vision done so that you can take care of your family. It's not going to work. Blink, blink, blink. And so if taking care of your family is what you really want, right? If taking care of your family is what you really want to happen, then you have to be willing to do what is necessary to make it happen. This is good. Tell a friend to tell a friend, this is good. Can you put the light on? Mom, can you turn the light on? Can you turn the light on? I feel like it's getting dark. Yeah, that's better. This is really good. Everybody on Periscope need to hear this. That's right, Mike. Mike is willing to do it. Who else is willing to do it? If the $1 million dreams or the $1 billion dreams is what you say you want, who else is willing to do it? Who else is willing to do it? You are beautiful. I forget your name. Michael is willing to do it when it's time. But it's time now. Whatever that level of investment is for you to get to that next level, make it. Do it. Josh is ready. right? Josh is ready. If you need my help, come on. Come on with the come on. Okay? But don't have these grand visions and trying to do it for $1. Not gonna work. I told you guys, I'm looking at an apartment complex across in the backyard. That the person who owns that apartment complex had to, you're ready. Amen. Right? The person in the complex in the back, they had to invest in themselves to acquire the knowledge, right? To get the people to build that house, to build that apartment complex. The next masterclass, I was thinking of doing the next masterclass in May. Because next what's coming up is we have our online summit that's coming up in April. It's called the Dynamic Creator Summit. That's free to attend. But I'm in the process right now. I'm solidifying all the speakers for that. It's online, so you guys can join me. I'm about to own it if I find the owner of the building. There you go. Right? But you have to acquire the knowledge to even be in the position to acquire that. You'll be in the next master class. Amen. Right? Amen. Right? And so the same thing with this masterclass. If you guys want the replay to it, I suggest you go over and click the link in my bio now, because I will be putting it back at full price on Monday for anybody who wants to buy the replay to that class again. Right? She said, there you go. I did. There you go. Right? Right? It's the truth. Right? The link is in my bio. If you weren't able to be a part of the live masterclass, Brandon was a part of the masterclass. Ask him about it. He'll tell you his experience. It was awesome. If you want to still get the replay for $199, you can still get it because it will be $297 on Monday. I just wanted to mention that. That's not why I'm having the scope. I really am having the scope to help y'all and to help y'all see what I'm trying to do. But somebody just asked about the masterclass, so who am I not to share? Brandon, see, it was great, right? And Brandon, when that time. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I got great reviews from that. She wrote me back and she was just like how much the students enjoyed it. It was my pleasure, right? That's why I do this. And so, needless to say, right, it will be $297. It's still, and Brandon will tell you, Brandon, did I hold back on information? No. When you guys had questions, did I answer them? Yes. I didn't be like, oh, well, you're going to have to work with me personally in order for me to answer that. No, I gave it. I gave examples. I gave answers, right? I gave insight, right? It was the truth. Sometimes you had to tuck your toes, but it was good. Yes, exactly. It was informative, right? There were aha moments that happened on that call. Imagine what could have happened for you. Of course you did. You're the best. Oh, thank you. Right? Imagine. So yes, you may not be at the level to have us create your website for you or to create what that infrastructure is for you in your business, right? Because we don't just do websites. We make sure that it actually works for you and your company, right? For whatever your goals and your visions are. We make sure that it's in tune with that, right? So that takes work, that takes effort, that takes strategy, right? But you may not be at that level, but you may be at the level where I can teach you. I can give you the necessary information to get you from one level to a next, right? If you are going to end up doing this yourself, because sometimes in business, it's going to require you to do the groundwork first. That's fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's part of the process, right? So while you're in that mode, while you're at that level, let me help you. That's all I was saying all for the last 2 weeks. Let me help you. Out of the many, few took me up on the offer. Didn't hurt me none. Because whoever signed up, and for the people who have access to the master class now, the results are there. The information is there. Right? They're going to be getting their replay on Monday. The information will always be there for them. Not going to change. Because they chose to invest in themselves. So you know what? I'm not ready for her to do our website just yet, but I do need to know how to do this. I do need to know what I'm asking for. I do need to know what this process entails. let me get my butt in this masterclass. Let me get access to this masterclass. You can still get access to that masterclass. And I'm only using the masterclass for an example because I think Michael brought it up or something. It will do better and better every time. Yep, exactly. Hey, Quiet Storm. Hi, Populman. Right? Exactly. So you can still get access to that masterclass. I know for a fact I will be doing it again because I got a few people where the timing was off and so they couldn't attend live. I said, oh, you can get the replay. They're like, no, I need you live. It's like, okay, fine. Right? But it's worth it to have me live, right? I get to give insight. In that call, I was able to give a website critique for someone who wanted to get my eyeballs on their work. They invested. Who am I to tell them no? Right? So I gave them my insight and they were like, this was so helpful. Thank you. If you get access to the masterclass, you'll be able to see that. Right? Stick around. It's all about, are you ready for what you're asking for? Right? Amen. Amen. Thank you, men of worship. Thank you. Right? And so it is worth it. If you really want something, let's say it's the website. If you really want this great website for your business, your brand, and your operations, and you're not ready to invest at that level yet, but that same person is offering something at a smaller investment that you know you can do, do you really want it? You know what? I can't do this yet, but I can do this. And I'm still hell-bent on getting what I asked for, but at least I can get further to that goal. At least I can get further to that vision. Y'all got to think about this thing. And it's not just me. Like I said, that guy who's in real estate who invested in that apartment complex in the back, he had to invest in himself to get that information, to teach him how to invest, to teach him how to acquire property, to teach him how to hire people, to teach him how to work with contractors. He had to invest in that vision. And right now he is banking off of his investment every single month. It's easy for me to ask him, hey, can I have $5? Can I have $5 off the investment that you made in yourself? But it's hard for me to go and get it for myself so I can have more than the $5 I was asking him for. Yes, same thing. Going to college, going to seminars, reading that book. Books are less than $20. Oh, yes, I am. Right? Can't do $10K, but it can do $500 monthly. What level are you ready for? What do you really want? God said I'm going to be a millionaire. But I'm not willing to invest $20 to get this book. Somebody poured their knowledge, their hard-earned knowledge into this book, and I'm not willing to buy it. But I will buy Jordans all day, every day. Tell me when, tell me where. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there. Really? Really? Seriously? That's right. I gave an example earlier, right? This business owner done all this work to get these bag of chips into their store, and you gonna tell them, they said, you want this bag of chips? Fantastic. It's gonna cost you $1. I really don't think it's worth that much. I want to give you 50 cents. Good luck walking through that door, not paying that $1 for that bag of chips. Good luck. You know? How can you tell somebody that? They did all the work to get it to you. It is just your job to just pay for it. Right? It is your job to just invest in what you say you wanted. You want to get paid for being someone's date. Listen here. It is possible, Cooper. Lord. Right? I invested to go to college, got a finance degree, and invested into stocks, and now I'm a multimillionaire. Boom. Poppy, say that. Boom. But how many people are not even willing to do the work to write that essay for that class? How many people are not even doing what it takes to stay up all night and get that project done because they said, I want this life and I deserve it. I'm going after it. They're not even willing to do that. They're not willing to do that. But yet, am I a millionaire? Yes, because God said I'm a millionaire. I don't mean to say it in that voice, but you get what I mean. If that is who you are supposed to be, if you are supposed to be a billionaire, it is going to require you to make $1 million investments. If you are supposed to be a millionaire, it is going to require you to make thousands of dollars of investments. Acquire the knowledge and apply it exactly. And if you are just too fancy to get the knowledge for yourself, then you need to be in the lane of having someone else do it for you. But if you're not in the lane of having someone else do it for you, then you need to acquire the knowledge so that you can get to the point of having someone else do it for you. I always tell people in business and life, it's only two lanes. Are you willing to put in the time, or are you willing to invest the dollars? One of the two, nothing else. And I work as a financial analyst. Exactly. And just play money. But guess what? For Poppy to even know what $2 million worth of play money is, she had to mess around with thousands of dollars and hundreds of dollars and understanding the value of a dollar. You can't get to where you are trying to get to or what you say is purpose for you if you're not willing to do the work that's down here. If you're not willing to actually step up to be what you say you want. It's not given to you. Invested $50K over a period of 10 years. Boom. Poppy, thank you for being here. She invested $50,000 over a period of 10 years. Poppy is now sitting here with $2 million worth of play money. Play money. Play. Can we say play? Play. Not capital to work with, not capital to build with, but just to play around with it. Huh? You need that $50K to retire. Right. You see what I'm saying? But if you can take that $50K, what in the world is in my eye? If you can take that $50K and it end up being $5 million for you down the road, why would it not be worth it to invest that $50K? If you can take that $50K and it make $500 million for you down the road, even if it was just one step out of the entire journey, why wouldn't you make that investment? Can you see that now? Can you get that now? Think about it, y'all. Am I really ready? And if I am, then every step of the way, I'm going to step up to the plate. I just need to know how to manage money and know how to save. There we go. It's a part of the journey. And so for every little tweak and every little thing that we need to know how to do or what to do in order to acquire the life or the vision that we want, are we willing to find the information? Are we willing to pay someone to teach us? Even finances. I had to be taught finances. I could have Googled that, but I need a person to help me. So I invested in someone to teach me. I didn't come from a life where mommy and daddy could have taught me that. So I had to find that because I know the life that I want. I know where I'm headed. I know where I'm destined to be. And I need this financial information to get there. I made that investment. I paid for that course. I asked for their help. When Q&A came up, you best believe Dominique had a question because I invested in this and I gave most of everything I had at that time. And because I gave that investment, I gave it my all at that level. I know how to manage money. I don't need help. Yeah, that's fine, right? But even for what you need help in, it doesn't have to be money. It could be coaching on how to, I don't know, have a better business, whatever that level that you are trying to obtain, whatever that level that you're trying to go after, go for that. Be there for that. Invest in that. Right? You can't do everything by yourself. Somebody got to show you, right? If you had to learn how to cook, your mama had to show you, somebody had to show you so that you can go and cook and eat on your own, right? Hey, Prophetic Flavor, how are you? Yes, amen. I build everything I know off of questions. Exactly. Seeking that information so that you can acquire what you need. Seeking the right help so that you can acquire what you need. It's imperative that we do that. Right? Right? Hello, love. How are you? Are you ready for what you are asking for? If you know that you are supposed to be a millionaire and a billionaire, are you willing to make the thousands of dollars of investments to get there? Are you willing to make the hundreds of dollars of investments to get there? Or are you trying to be a millionaire on a dollar budget? It doesn't work that way. God, I want everything, and God gives you everything. We don't say, God, I want everything, and he gives us 10. He gives us everything above all that we ask for. Above all, not even just like at the level at which you ask for it. He gives us above all. So how can you in this life, right? How can you in this life go forward? Thank you for inviting your followers. How can you go forward and say, I want this $1 million lifestyle, but I'm only willing to pay $500 for it? I'll wait. It doesn't work that way. And if you're not ready, like I said, don't waste people's time. Just don't. I've spent roughly 2 hours to get where I'm at. Exactly. And now you reap the rewards of that, Poppy, because you are willing to make that investment. Now you reaped that reward because you are willing to make that investment. She's not reaping 200,000. She's reaping millions now. Hello. I didn't give that example live and in the flesh right there in that feed. Yes. Are you willing to reap that? Are you really ready to reap that? And if you're not, don't waste people's time. Don't. But I do know one thing. If you do not act on what your vision is, it will continue to ride you until you do. It will continue to ride you until you can't take anymore and you have to act on that vision. Somebody's waiting for you to get it done. But you sitting here playing around trying to have these $1 million dreams on this dollar budget. See? Mira, tired of it riding me. You get tired. And that is your vision's purpose. It's not going to leave you alone. It's not going to leave you alone. God loves you too much for it to leave you alone. Because he gave that to you. And he gave that to you so it can influence somebody else. Y'all think I'm on this scope for this long just because I'm just like running my mouth? No. Because I know there's somebody who needs to understand the true question of what I'm asking. And I know it because I get people who come to me for consultations and they say this to me all the time. I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. Even high, different executives, people in corporations and organizations. Oh, Dominique, we loved your talk. Great. It's going to cost you X amount of dollars. Oh, all of a sudden they need halls. But you loved it though. But you're not willing to invest to get it. You're not willing to invest to get it so that I can bless your people even the more. I gotta go because somebody else needs me. Gotta go because I have a client that needs me. Gotta go. Don't waste people's time, right? If you want to have an event and you would love to have so-and-so at your event to speak because you know that everyone who's going to be there, they're going to love it, but you're not willing to pay for their speaker fee. You're not willing to pay what's necessary to get them there. Stop wasting their time. Move on. Find another way. Make it great some other way. Don't waste that person's time. Don't do it. Don't do it, y'all. Don't do it. Right? The same thing with my friend. You said you want this type of life, and it has caused you heartache because of the fact that you didn't stick to what you said you wanted. I'm not going to allow you to continue making this mistake because you keep thinking about something else that's against whatever you said you wanted out of your life. No. Hello. Hi. Right? It's not worth it. Cut it out. Bye, Felicia. Exactly. Bye, Felicia. Blessings, love. Right? Bye, Felicia. Just on that note, if this is what you say you really want, do it. If this is what you say you are destined to be, invest in yourself to get that. Invest in the people to get that. If a wonderful, fantastic family and relationship is what you say you want, be willing to do the work on yourself so that you could get that. Because the same way that you are requiring that husband or that wife to be fantastic in your life is the same way they are going to require the same from you. They are going to require the same from you. Because the same way how my clients come to me and they expect me to show up is the same way I require them to show up just the same. Hello, Wondering Christian. Right? It's the same way I tell them to show up. The same way that I require people who come and work with me. When you say you want this grandiose vision, I'm going to pull it out of you. Because you're requiring me to show up and I need you to show up too. You can't just drop it in my lap and just make me no, because you have to live out this vision when we're done. So you can't require someone to do something and you're not willing to do it. You can't require us to create this grand vision of a website for you, but you're not willing to invest in making it happen. Better put in the work. That's right. That is right. Oh, but you're supposed to just do it for me. Great. It's going to cost you X amount of dollars to get it done for you. Oh, but, well, it don't really cost that much. Really? Really? How? How doesn't it? Are you able to do it? No. But I should do it for $1. Right? We should eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Right? Starve, be malnutritioned because you're not ready to invest at the level of what you're asking for? That's not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair in the kingdom, and that's not fair in business. That's not fair in the kingdom, and it's not fair in your life. That is not fair in the kingdom, and it's not fair for your family. That is not fair in the kingdom, and it's not fair for you. It's not fair. Like I said, good luck getting through that door trying to pay 50 cents for $1 bag of chips. Good luck. Commerce don't work that way. It costs X amount of dollars. If you feel like it's worthy, you make that investment and you keep it moving. Right? But if you're not ready, don't. Leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Hi, Cashel. Right? Leave it alone. Please leave it alone. If you're not ready, leave it alone. So I ask you again. Hi, love. Right? Kimberly. That's right. I remember your name. Right? If you're not ready, leave it alone. But I ask you again, am I truly ready for what I am asking for? If you're watching this replay, I want you to ask yourself this question. Am I truly ready for what I am asking for? And if you feel as though you're not, encourage yourself because you are. You wouldn't be given that vision if you were not ready. I know, that's why they call me sound effects. Lord have mercy. Don't tell Kenneth. Kenneth calls me Kenneth D. Murrow here on Periscope.
He calls me sound effects all the time. I do. When I get excited, I do kind of speak with like pitches and stuff. It just happens. I can't help it. I'm excited. So my heart, It's okay. But it's the truth. And I wanted to share that with you guys. I hope that was helpful for you guys. If you dare to watch this replay again, I highly encourage you to do so. Anytime that you feel like you are dropping the ball, I encourage you to watch this replay because it's just the truth. It's just the truth, right? We say, I'm purpose for this and I'm purpose for that. And you get prophecy after prophecy after prophecy after prophecy. The only reason why you're getting the prophecy is to push you forward into that destiny that you say is due to you. It's to push you forward to that. It's not to hold you from it. So clearly, if you're getting the prophecy, clearly if you're getting the vision at night, clearly if it's waking you up at night, this is what you are meant to do. You are capable of doing it. Don't discount that. Hey, Junie, don't discount that. Don't discount that. It is great, right? Right? It is great. And it is the truth. Hello, love. I'm actually signing off in a bit, right? It is the truth. So I encourage you, right? I hope that this was real talk for you. I hope that you operate differently. If greater is what you say you are called to, yes, please watch the replay, Junie, right? Brandon, 2 more hours. Listen, Brandon, don't do it. I'm good for it. Don't do it. Right? If greater is what you say you are called to, don't discount that. And don't waste other people's time if you know you're not ready to actually go there. Because they're already living in it. They are already purposed for it. And if you're going to knock on their door, if you are going to embark on any kind of journey with them, be willing. He's like, 2 more, right? But be willing to step up to the plate, right? If that means that you have to create a benchmark to reach for, create the benchmark because you're purposed for that. You're actually purposed for greater. But if a benchmark is what you need to do right now to get yourself to that next step, that is what you must do. That is what you must do. Y'all can play if you want to, but you need to be real with yourself before you require somebody else to give you their all. You want to have that amazing husband? Do the work. Right? You want to have that amazing wife? Do the work. In all things. Yes, Junie. In all things, right? I gave that example earlier, right? Oh, I need a man and he needs to have an 800 credit score. Great. Fantastic. There's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting that. But do not walk into his life spending all his money all over the place. Because what got him to get an 800 credit score is not going to keep him there by you spending all kind of crazy. He was responsible. Ever created for executive staffing recruitment company? No, not for staffing, but we can help you do that. Yeah. No, not for staffing, but we can actually go through that dynamic discovery with you, actually go through that process of unearthing what those plans are for the company that you have, and we can absolutely make that website happen for you so that it can be an intricate part of your overall business operations. Yes, we can. We absolutely can. And we can do it dynamically. Yeah. We can absolutely do it dynamically. Oh, goodness. I'm coming. I'm here, Michael. I'm here. Right? My future wife will be blessed by me and I be by her. Exactly. It is a requirement. Yes, dynamic with a K. Always sped with a K. Judy or email. I think my team said that you had reached out. They responded. So I don't know if you responded back to that email. But I can even go in and check myself, so I can actually respond to you personally if you want. It's the weekend, and I'm relaxing today because last week was I was so tired by the end of the week. I gave so much at the end of the week, so I had to. Yes, definitely check. I know they said that they responded, so definitely respond back if you haven't already. So, but needless to say, I will go check on my end. Yeah, and I think they said that you were asking for a consultation or something, or if you wanted to know if I was sending it to you. If you got that email, then it was offered. So just answering you now. Then yeah, if you got that email, then it was offered. So yeah, yep. But yeah, if you want to actually have that conversation, then yes, then you can absolutely do that. Just set it up. Same thing for anyone else who, you know what, I'm ready, Dom, let's do this, whatever. Definitely go ahead over to the website, and you can see the link in my bio. That's for the masterclass. Just take off masterclass. So dynamicendeavors.com. Dynamic is always spelt with a K. Okay. So DYNAMIK endeavors.com. You can see everything about us, our processes, how it works, all that kind of stuff, how we help people, all that goodness. And yeah. Same thing. If you want my free audio training, you're more than welcome to have it. Go to Y with a K, because the way how we create our work for our clients is very different, and we have our own unique method as to how we do that. So, and because we can do whatever we want. I'm a dynamic creator. I can spell things how I want. Right? I can spell things how I want. Yes, branding. The way how we actually create brands for our clients. We have a unique method that I've developed over the years, just with my own advertising background. I apply that to what we do with our clients, and it creates a different result, a high-end result, actually. And how we go about getting to that result is all a part of the process. And so it's dynamic. And I believe the same for you, which is why I call you guys dynamic creators. Oh, you just wanted to know. Okay. Yeah, so that's it, guys. Like I had mentioned before, I do want to leave you guys with this, especially to those of you who got here to wonderful. Just reach out to us. Contact us at dynamicendeavors.com. Contact us at dynamicendeavors.com if you want to reach out to us, for sure. And if you want to set up a call, you can go over to the website. No. I was just answering the question. I was just answering the question, man. I was just answering the question. So yeah, yeah. So definitely, if you want to do that, feel free to do that. And I leave you guys with that. If you want access to the masterclass that I did, the website masterclass that I did last Thursday, you can still get access to the replay once we deliver that on Monday. Just know that you can still get access to the replay of the masterclass after Monday, but it will be $297. That's right, Junie. Not offensive, just dynamic. Yes, honey. Woo! But yes, so thank you very much. Thank you very much. So yeah, if you want access to the replay, it is $199 before Monday. You can still get it at that live masterclass rate. Clearly you won't have me live, but you'll get all of the bonuses, access to our group to ask me any questions, any website critiques, and all that good stuff that I'm planning coming up. Excited. And you can also get access to the entire replay, not just part of it, not just part 1 or part 2, but you'll get access to all of it when we deliver the replay on Monday. So if you want access to the replay of the masterclass after Monday, it will be $297. Still worth the investment, because I think, how long were we on there for, Brandon? I think it was like 4 hours it ended up being. And then even after the class was over, I did a website critique. And so you'll also see that website critique in the replays area as well. Yeah, it was good. It was good. You'll always have it for life. So I'm not taking back. I'm not, cutting off anything for 30 days or anything like that. You will forever have those replays, no matter what. I don't care if we change systems or if we revamp things. I will make it my business to make sure that you always have access to that content. So no worries on that. I'm not going to say when I'll be doing the masterclass again, because I'm just focused on the Dynamic Creator Summit that's coming up at the end of April for you guys. So I'm not going to say when. Things may change. I'm not sure. But needless to say, like, no, honestly, guys, like, I literally don't know when I'm going to do this masterclass again. The next time that I'm thinking in terms of our scheduling right now is May. So if you want access to what I did for this month of March, definitely head over. The link should still be in my bio. I don't believe I changed it. The link should still be in my bio, and you can get access to that. Just ignore the email that you'll get because we didn't change it over to the replay emails, but because once again, it's going to be delivered on Monday. But nonetheless, once you get access to it, I'll know, it'll be noted in our system, and that way you'll get access to the replays when we deliver it on Monday. So no worries about that. That is open to you guys. So just go ahead, click, as if you were buying live or anything like that, and you can definitely get access right now. Okay. So once again, don't wait. And if a website, a really great website, guys, not just one that just looks good, but one that actually works on your behalf, if that is what you say you want, then I highly suggest, hey, Chizzy, how are you? Right? I honestly suggest that you get access to this masterclass. Will it solve all of your problems? No. For some of you, it just might. It might save you, hello, love, right? It might save you from a lot of headache. It might save you from a lot of pain. It might save you from a lot of running arounds, right? But nonetheless, at least you will be in a better position to make that happen for yourself if you are going to DIY this process. Okay? So that is it from me, guys. If you want to stay connected, definitely the masterclass is one of the ways to do that. You'll definitely get access to our world. If not, definitely download our replay. My greatest need is copywriting. We can help you with copywriting, right? As a part of our website process, you guys get to work with our copywriters. That's a part of the process, right? That's a part of what we bill for, is to work with our copywriters. So if copywriting is what you need with your website, you might want to head on over to us so that we can help you with that. But guys, I leave you with that. It's just a real topic to be had. And that's why I spent the time today to do that with you guys. One, because it was on my heart. I had to let it go because clearly it was from somebody, and I hope it helped you too. So that is it. If you have not ever heard of me, if you're like, who in the world is this girl who's blessing my life like this? Child, honey, baby. Okay. My name is Dominique Hart. I am a visual brand strategist who's actually relaxing on this Saturday with her family. And I am also the creator of the Dynamic Creator Method. I am also the founder of, thank you so much. I am also the founder of my company called Dynamic Endeavors, spelt with a K, where we actually help our clients to create a dynamic visual brand online and offline, and also helping them to create a profitable business in the process. So it's not all about just looking good, but it's, can I make profit from this? And so that's what I do. I am traveling right now. I'm in Connecticut right now, but I am from New York. I do live in New York. So, yeah. So that is it, guys. I will talk to you guys soon on my next scope. I'll probably be back on Monday or Tuesday or whenever I feel led to come on here and share with you guys. Yeah. This is, I'm just traveling, visiting family today. So that's it. And so we're going to go. They're ready for me to go. And so I'll talk to you guys next time, okay? Take care, guys. Be dynamic. And just remember that if you say you are called to a higher thing, be ready to invest in that higher thing. I will. Thank you so much, Junie. And yes, check out that email if they've responded to you. Yes, I will. Absolutely will. So I'll get back to work on everything on Monday, and we'll all be there and all that good stuff. Get access to the masterclass if you feel that's good for you. It's there. Just go ahead and get yourself in there before we send out the replays on Monday. And take care, guys. So bye. I'll talk to you next time. Later, y'all.